Hey team, Curtis here with another quick tip video in Primavera. Today we are going to talk a little bit about how to use the scenarios tool. In the past we have talked about the baseline tool, and the baseline tool and the scenario tool are very similar in the way that you create and utilize them. The only difference is the scenarios are a workable timeline where the baselines are more of just a picture. So I'm going to show you how to make one. I'll show you the differences between the two. So I am in a generic project that I started up here using the TI template linked, and I will create a new scenario on this project. Say for example, we had this originally slated to start on 9/2, and due to some contracts or something, we need to shift this forward 1 month in time. But we don't know if that's how it's going to play out, so we want to create a scenario. Or a similar condition would be potentially rain delays that are causing issues, and we're going to create a what if on a different item on the job, and basically have two different timelines running. One of them is your main base timeline, and then a secondary timeline called a scenario, where you can kind of track to see what would occur if this happened. So to make a scenario, go up here to the drop down menu similar to baselines, click on the drop down and you'll see scenarios, which is right above baselines. It's very similar in how to start it out. Go to view all, and you are just simply going to add a scenario. Click the add button, type in here a description of what that scenario is. I'm going to say this one is a construction start delay. It's considered a what if scenario, and we are going to save that. After you press save, it'll kick you back out to the Gantt bar. You're going to see a banner up here on top that says you are working in a scenario. It's, like I said, very similar to baseline, where it'll give you that banner to let you know that you're no longer in your current schedule. But the only difference is, on a scenario, you can actually work on this and move things around, unlike a baseline. So if I wanted to simulate this moving forward in time a month, I could use the schedule dateline feature here to shift this forward to, say, October 5th, and the schedule will move forward to October 5th here after it completes its cycle. So I've moved that forward. I'm currently in the scenario, but if I want to go back to my current schedule to see what it looks like right now, I can toggle back and forth between these two, and this will bring me back to that original 9/2 date. If I want to go back into my scenario, I just click on the drop down and go back to this. Now the scenario can be used for many number of things. Like I mentioned, if you have a material delay and there's just a certain portion of your schedule that's going to be delayed because of a procurement issue, make yourself a scenario. Make another one here, maybe call it material procurement. And then again, go back to your Gantt bar here and modify it as you need to. So if you need to move out a portion of this based on that scenario, do that, and now you have that scenario saved in time that you can eventually convert over to your current schedule if you want to. So if ultimately you and the owners decide that's the path that you want to go, and you want to pick that other material procurement path, which is going to delay the project by a month, and you displayed that in your current scenario here, all you simply do is press this button over here, and you can set that as your current schedule. It's going to give you a warning letting you know that basically you're overwriting your past base schedule, and now this scenario that you created is going to be your new current schedule. So if you want to do that, press the set button, and now it'll update, and that will be your live current schedule based on that scenario that you made. It'll delete that one scenario because now that one is your current. It'll still leave that other one in there, but that's a good way for you guys to make several different simulated paths that may occur on your job without ultimately interrupting your current timeline if you want to display something to the client or to a trade partner based on rain delays, material procurement delays, etc. So give that a try. See if you can use that on your daily projects.